It was cheap, it was immoral, and it was demeaning. For a grown woman to expose her private parts in public for men. She was doing it in the name of entertainment. I wish artists like Akothee would know how much the influence they have on our youths. Music does not have to be dirty to sell. These were the words of Ezekiel Mutua. Who is Akothee? What is her story? Welcome to Nahashan Kimeme Live. A special shout out to Ken M for suggesting this topic. Ken M suggested it through Facebook. Suggest a topic by commenting below the video or send me an inbox. Thank you to all my 1,113 subscribers. Please subscribe to my channel and share these videos. Do not hide a light where there is darkness. You can ask questions during the live show. Please ask me a question in the comment section. So this is part 1. Akothee. What is her childhood story? Her full name is Esther Akothee. She hails from Migori County in South Nyanza. She was born to a county administrator, her father. He was also a musician, if what Akothee says is true. She inherited her passion or her talent. Her mother was a teacher. She also became a politician. More specifically, she became an MCA. The parents were well educated and stable just by going by their professions. You can see that that is true. And that is what Akothee says. So her actions, as she was trying to explain, were not always the result of bad parenting. It was something else. Perhaps it was something burning inside of her. She was the first daughter in her family. I have noticed a trend, I'm not sure if it's correct, where first daughters, they kind of rebel in their family. I don't know, I'll research on that as time goes. I believe that when she was talking with Betty on Up Close, she introduced 2 brothers to Betty. So I believe that she has 2 brothers. She was informed to at Nabisawa Girls, and that's where all the drama started. At that time, she wanted to be a cabin crew. And most of the women in my history who wanted to be a cabin crew, they had a bit of rebellion inside of them. A bit of them that always wanted to have fun. I'm not sure if it's the desire to travel, if the desire to see the world, if there's something in them. And at Form 2, at Nabisiwa Sawa Girls, Akothee decided to rebel. She even says in an interview, when you cannot do the chemistry, and she felt she could not do that, that was not for her. And when something is not for you, most people would rebel. And I had a question. Not all of us move through the academic platform, reading and writing, and perhaps that's not our path in life. And so many of us, what happens to them during our 844? Like in high school, if somebody has a talent in dancing, where do they go? If somebody has a talent in singing and the school does not have music, where do they go? If somebody wants to be a chef, where do they go? If they feel within them that this is their passion, this is their calling, or something within them is not comfortable with what they currently have at school, where do they go? And perhaps when they rebel, it's because we left them with no choice. Because what we gave them as choices was not what was within them. So anyway, there's another thing, because she says she couldn't do chemistry, but there was another kind of chemistry. When she was 14 at Form 2, she says that she fell in love with a guy who was studying in the neighboring school. And he used to write her letters that made her go crazy. Remember those letters? Walapa, at the bottom, dedications, and so many dedications. Calligraphy, so many things. So she can even remember, as I can remember the calligraphy, the dedications, even the songs, I can still remember some of them. She can remember that he used to write to her on a blue foolscap. So these moments are forever. And perhaps they would feed that chemistry, that what she couldn't find at school. And she says her teenage love affair became serious. And I had something to say about this. When you are at 14 years old, you do not fall in love. You are infatuated with somebody. There is something that you see that you really, really like, but you don't know how to handle it, you don't know how to communicate it, and you don't know how to acquire it. And the problem that comes about, I think mostly when it comes to women, I'm not sure because I haven't studied the boys, but when sex comes before love, there is trouble from then on. And that trouble goes on for years and years and years. And in most cases, from my observations, it never goes away. This idea, what they call love, it was infatuation. And what they call love was the idea of infatuation now mixed with sex. So they haven't discovered love, but they've discovered affection. And now there's sex before it. And what I have seen from my observation is that it arrests development, the mental progress of the lady. She forever remains a child until some shock hits her life. And in most cases, guess what is that shock? An unwanted pregnancy, that person leaving her, finding God, or some kind of accident. Something, an impact hits her so that she can wake up. And that's why I'm really against teachers having relations with students, because they arrest their development. Those students remain kids for a long time, even in adulthood. And perhaps we'll see that in Akothee as we go. So she decided to run away with her boyfriend. And in a Churchill interview, she says that she has tasted something and she thought that that was everything. She says that love overwhelmed me and so I eloped with him. But that was not love. Because love does not destroy. Love is patient, love is kind, as it is written. Where is the patience in eloping? Where is the patience in not waiting until marriage? Where is the patience in not waiting until they finish school? So this was something else. This was lust, mixed with a bit of affection, and a phenomenon that is a phenomena that they are yet to understand or to control. And there are so many things that you can't control when you're young. There's anger, there are so many things, right? So her parents tried to get her back home, but she refused. Again, it's not always as a result of bad parenting that kids go astray. Perhaps there's something inside of them, something that's trying to push out, but the choices that are before them, they cannot satisfy whatever is trying to get out. And when they find something as powerful as sex, then it clogs their mind. And it clogged her mind in this case. She went to stay with her in-laws in Awendo, Migori County. She ran away from home.